do believe that they are going to be bringing Sergeant Ward in next. We still have a long line of law enforcement officers in their vehicles ready to go. It just so happened we were there as some of the deputies in Watauga County transferred a casket that was draped in the American flag as it was transferred onto the caisson. We're going to get an up-close look, and before, when the caisson was going the other way towards the convocation center, we heard and we saw Raven, the canine for Deputy Logan Fox, who was well loved, especially by the pet community, as this is just a terrible event. Let me just give you a second just so you can listen to the silence and the clanking of the horses. Give me just 5 seconds. Just a really somber moment as everyone's attention is just wrapped onto River Street. So many people from all over, law enforcement. We also saw families as well that were coming over here just to see this and just show their kids the support that this community had. We're going to play you some sound bites. These are some from Watauga County teachers. Watauga County schools, they actually dismissed early so that students and employees could actually go watch this. Some of them actually knew the family members. Take a listen to some of what these teachers said as they watch this procession.
There's nobody that hasn't been affected by this tragedy, and we all have rallied and really shown our love and true support, and especially our county has allowed us to be here for this special event today too. We canceled school half day, and so it was really a special event that needed to be honored.
I would say, especially in the face of tragedy, that the true colors of the community show, and you can really feel this community is bonded together, supporting, loving, finding ways just to support one another.
All right, and now we are going to see the Highway Patrol caisson line up again as we're expecting another funeral hearse to be arriving momentarily. Until then, just to describe to you a little bit just what this town has been looking like. I was out here yesterday as well, just several blue ribbons being set up, volunteers putting together so many of these. And actually, we're going to send it over back to you all as we're starting to see some of the deputies line up and get ready for what's really going to be a somber moment. So we're going to respect the silence. So we'll send it back to the anchors for the time being.
All right, Brandon, we appreciate that. So Brandon had alluded to this, the fact that the community has really just been stepping up, trying to wrap their arms around these families, around the sheriff's office, around the law enforcement community overall. He kind of alluded to some of the things that he's been seeing out in the community there. We did want to let you know too that right after the shooting last week, we saw, a memorial starting to grow, people leaving candles and flowers. There's a monument there in Watauga County for the deputies, and it has grown over the last week. I think it's also important to remind folks that it's been quite some time since the Watauga County Sheriff's Office has had to bury one of its own, has had to say goodbye in a way like this. The last time was in 2012, and it was Deputy William Mast. So, almost a decade at this point, and it's really just shaken this tight-knit community.
Yeah, you tend to think of these things happening